Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Lili Nishmas Rus Pas Mordechai. First email. First of all, welcome to all the guests. What's your name? Tzadik from California? Lipsker. Yossi Lipsker from California. You met my son over there? You know what's good? No, Shlomo Lazarian, the whole. You got a Chaz Gdolim in Los Angeles. You are? You're the foyer from Flatbush. And you're with Rabbi Miller, right? From Eretz Yisrael. From where? Rechavia. And we're going Be'ezer Hashem on Friday to Shari Chesed. Okay, now I'm not going, but we're starting a new matzav there. I'll talk about it in a second. Who else do we have here? Anybody? Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Remind me. Yankee Sonnenschein. Shkoyach. Dear Rebel, he's not a guest. It's like his third time here, right? Dear Eli Shlita, this is online. Jonathan Austin just sent this to me. It says like this: Hasidim are not hiding in the closet. We're not afraid to use our devices in public. Also, everyone has normal internet on the desktop machines with YouTube. Genug with the rhetoric. Okay. Genug with the rhetoric.
He knows the word rhetoric also.
This evening I walked to Wesley Kosher Supermarket in Muncie and I hear, wow, it's Mark Ashkenazi. Chanano Weiner of Boston is passing through Muncie from visiting his father in a New York hospital and stopped to get dinner nearby. Like me, Chanano is with MDY since Masechta Shabbos. He heads up Aish in the Boston area. He knows Seth Hellman too. Where's Seth Hellman? Anybody see him? We exchanged numbers. A new friendship has begun. Here's Mark Ashkenazi and the head of Aish in Boston, Chanano Weiner. Eisenberger. My son was having slight issues with this Gemara. He's 12. Learning Sukkah, my brother-in-law recommended. They have the best pictures and explain it very well. We went online, found the daf, they watched together, gave him a new understanding, and last week with the effort and your photos, he got 100 on his Gemara test. I'm grateful, and we're fans. Shimshin. Hi, hope all is well. I see that the Rebbe is coming to Miami in January. What would it take to get the Rebbe to come to Houston? We have an incredible community, over 35 people in the MDY WhatsApp chat, plus many others that do the daf here. It would be an amazing chizuk and certainly get plenty more to join the daf. Please, Yossi Azulai. I don't know. There's a minimum. Maybe. But in Houston, we'll make an exception. Won't do the 80 minimum. Maybe we have to send you up in a rocket to the moon. Yaakov Zev Opman. Try to be brave and schedule the next scene in Borough Park. This might work as an icebreaker. Signed off, not Mendel Lerner. Okay. I've been to Borough Park. I had at least 4 shiurim there, I think. By Kirshner twice. We did one in that sukkah. And maybe my son's Sher Brothers is there. Yeah, but he's right. We got to do something big in Borough Park. Dear Belly, I've been doing Daf Yomi for many years. When I got a new job about a year ago, my supervisor, Steve Rupp, told me about you, and we both got free Gemaras. I then brought in my father, or Moish as well, and it was only months later that I learned how involved my amazing first cousin, Peretz Chaim Levin, is in MDY. He's now kicking himself and not bringing my father and I in earlier. Thank you for what you do for Torah Klal Yisrael. Zechariah Hanikman. Herzl Herbst. He's MDY at B&H. Remember that B&H photo, the video they did on the sidewalk in front of B&H? Been meaning to write to you since Bellworks and in Chestnut Shul. I'm Baruch Hashem amazed at the influence you have in the Olam and can only compare to the impact. I'm also a proud member of B&H MDY group who follow you daily. Donnie, come here for a second. If you start making your way over here, I got to ask you something. Who follow you daily on my trip home and learning the morning daf with the LIR, the Long Island Railroad, daily daf shir. This is why I do it twice a day and question me then. I just learned that my grandson from London wanted to learn Chaverim. As I start Nedarim, I mentioned Daf Junior. That would be a nice thing to do. Please consider that approach. On another note, yesterday we were discussing the options of being Mispal for Chayla. I heard a Maisa, firsthand, about a friend of mine from Flatbush, whose wife was terminally ill after being in remission. She wanted it kept private, and the husband wanted to spread out so people down for her. They decided to ask Rav Chaim. The Rav responded that both Zdadim were correct. You could go both ways. It was the decision of the Chayla that should be followed. I'm working on signing up my son-in-laws, Herzl Herbst, MDY, B&H, Yishkoyach. Now, Rabbi Isai, this coming Friday, we're starting a brand new volume, volume 2. I'm asking the Olam, right now, take out your phones. Take out your phones. I don't see you take it. Oh, good, Givaldik. Jonathan, take out your phone. That's already in your hand. Avi, where's your phone that's already in your hand? Givaldik, take it out. And we're going to follow Donnie Fine here. Donnie, how do you do a status? I don't really know how to do it. I don't think I've ever done it. I did it once by mistake. I sent out a video to all my contacts by mistake.
So there's a couple ways. Number one, you go into your WhatsApp and you type and you press on the top. It says status. You go to the on the top of the WhatsApp. It says status in the middle.
On all phones, iPhones and
iPhones. I'm not holding
iPhones. It's on the bottom. Bottom right. It says status. Okay.
Number one, you could write something. You see there's an icon with a little pen over there. You could write something. You could tell people, join the Daf. We're starting a new book on
Friday. Do it right now. Do it now as we speak.
So join the Daf.
What's the best URL?
I don't have the URL yet.
We don't have the URL. It'll be on the screen. But Lamaisa, just do it. Say, join the Daf. We're starting on Friday. You know how many people you're going to get up to Olam Haba? They're going to say, this is your guy that you brought. This is the guy. What? I didn't bring anybody. Yeah. All these people that came to the shir because of status. He has a suggestion. Let's hear.
We have a poster. So you should sit together with all the sheets.
Right.
And that way people can just post the poster.
Okay, we'll post the poster. But meanwhile, let's show them how to do it. Real quickly.
I just want to say, in terms of statuses, I've been posting statuses for, I don't know, maybe a year now. And I have no idea how many people have joined, but many people tell me through the year, they send me the message in the middle of the day, thanks to your statuses, I have chizuk, I continue doing the daf. Thanks to your status,
come over here, come, get over here.
It's so easy. Literally, I did nothing. I put up a status for 2 seconds, and this guy's coming in Shal shares coming to daf every day.
You joined because of?
I've been watching your statuses. It looks like so much fun. It's so great to join the daf. Looks like he's enjoying it. I did too.
Let's go.
It's been great.
No, so how many times did you post on your status? Let's go right now today, and all of you guys watching, pause the video, put on status. Shalom Rand, I'm calling you out. I want a status from you every single day. Mo Landy, you do the film thing every day. Status every day. No?
Nedarim Volume 2 starts Friday.
Yes.
Get your free article from Laura. Hashtag www.jointhedaf.com.
Okay. Nedarim Volume 2 starting Friday. Join dafyomi.com to get your free Gemara. Very good. Okay, now we can start cheer. Yishkoyach, bring another guy. You don't even have to do it. You're embarrassed. You're too shy. Just put on your status. What's the worst that's going to happen? A few goyim are going to see it also. No. Shalom Rand, you hear what I'm saying? Good. Yeah. The boy side today. I got to do let's do the sponsors. Koilol. May we always be able to support Torah, and may the Torah protect us from any harm. The Masech sponsored in Zechus Torah and Tומכיה כיעקב ויעל. Parnas HaChodesh, Eli Nishmas Zechrya ben Moshe, Eli Nishmas b:tzlאל ben Moshe. Parnas Hayoim, only 5. Eli Nishmas, our grandfather, Osher Shoretz, Osher ben Moshe. May today's learning be a Zechus for his Neshama and a source of comfort for the family. Tzirel, Avrohom Mayer, Yisroel, Dovid, Osher Zelig, Farkovits. The Zaret family. That should be a refua sheliema for Moshe, Dovid ben Feyga, Rochel, Amen. Avrohom Epstein, in memory of my mother's yahrzeit, Razel bat Chanoch, by Andrew Fuchs, for successful knee replacement surgery for my father, Nachman ben Reb Avrohom Chaim Levin. Peretz Chaim Levin, was Nishmas, my grandfather, Yeruchim ben Aryeh Bakoyin Hanikman, whose yahrzeit was on Gimel Kislev, and my great aunt, Yehudis Bas Eliezer, whose yahrzeit is today. So we have, where's the Hanikman one? We saw it before, right? Yeah, somewhere. I don't know. Okay. The art is sponsored by Anonymous from Lakewood, the very first month of art, the Zechus of his nieces Shidduchim. And this Friday, Rabbi Isai, very first live shir in Shari Chesed, the place that it's not exactly smashed that we went, it's the same building, but it could be the same one, maybe not, but that building, Minchas Chinuch in Shari Chesed. You can put in your ways Minchas Chinuch and you'll get there. Okay. Rabbi Isai, here it is. Here's the chart. Huh? JFK. Well, it might be above JFK. I don't want to say what JFK stands for. Just for Kiddush. Okay, check this out. Gary, put this on the screen for a second, and then we go right there. Great. This Nehemiah Seltzer did beautiful. Yishkoach Nehemiah. All right. We have to be over here. If a person is mudar hana from his friend, he can't benefit from his friend at all, and he has nothing to eat for Shabbos. What are the 3 ways that you could, from your own pantry, give him food, even though he's not allowed to benefit from you? What are the 3 ways? That's what we're going to learn today, in addition to many other things. Also, if I said that this pile of cash, $1 million, is hefker, and right before somebody went ahead and grabbed it, me the chacham, I ran and I grabbed it first, so now it's mine. I just was zoichen $1 million. Do I have to give meiser ksafim? Do I have to give meiser? Well, of course, to MDY. If you heard this on MDY, you have to give. Yeah, no. So what are you taina? Do you have to give meiser again? You gave once. Now you're mafker it. You gave it out. It's the whole world's to take. Now you're one of the people that took it. The guy that took it, right? Reuven, who comes along and grabs $1 million, he has to give meiser. That you're masking. How about the owner himself? You're going to see some very interesting stuff here. Says the Mishnah, Daf Mem Beis, Amud Beis, the official Mishnah, is sponsored that we should all have the zechut to never give up, stay positive, and keep going forward. There's a mudar and a mother we're going to see in a second. One person can't benefit from the other. Lo yashilenu v'lo yishal mimenu. You can't lend him anything. Obviously, you can't lend somebody that's mudar and from you. He's not allowed to benefit from you. You made a nether, you made a vow that he can't benefit from you, so you can't give him anything. But you, the one that made the vow, the one that made the nether, you also can't take from him. Why not? So for that, we have to see the Gemara. Now, introducing for the very first time, since we have a new artist, well, he's not new, but he's now full-time with us. So hopefully this will be for the rest of the Shas. I want to introduce to you Mr. Malva for the rest of Shas. No? Oh, I went too fast. Here we go. Here's the Malva. He even has a magnet on his Rolls Royce. Huh?
Is that your car?
Oh, that's a Bentley, right. Mine is just an Avalon. Seder. Now, by the way, he has tchelas, everything is good in terms of the tzitzis. But if anybody has any recommendations, ideas for drawings, to make the drawing better, funnier, anything, you can write an email. We'll tell. Huh? Okay, it's fine. So what do you want him to do? Why is this negative? Because he has a nice car, it's negative? Okay, so write an email. We'll take your suggestion. How about the loiva? Now the loiva, this guy, look, he wants to do a business deal. Doesn't mean he's a guy that's collecting. He's just a shtick of a schlumped. His collar is over the thing, his tie is a little, whatever. But he has tchelas. Of course he has tchelas. What's the shiloh about? Okay, so you have the loiva and the malva. Great. Now you have what's called a mudar and a madir. The madir, in this case, is the malva. He's saying, I don't allow the loiva to have benefit from me. I can't give you. Okay, so you can't lend him any money. But it also says in the Mishnah that it can't go this way as well. The madir said, you cannot benefit from me. And for some reason, the loiva, the guy, the mudar, the guy on the right, can't even give to the madir. The madir has a lot of benefit from the mudar. He's not involved in the neder. He's the one that said the neder. He's the one that said that the loiva guy, the skinny guy, can't benefit from the bigger guy. So why can't he benefit? Now we have to see. Fine. Zog to Gemara. So lo yalvenu. Obviously, this halacha that you can't give him any money is because he can't benefit from you. That we have to understand. Why can't he borrow from him? Don't sell him anything. And don't buy anything from him. So, this is Nedarim. And as Nedarim goes, there's a lot of different pshatim, and there's a lot of different gersais. And over here, the Gemara starts off with a major girsa difference, massive, like we had before. And I always have the debate, since we're going in the Nedarim like the Ran, and we try to stick to the Ran, I try to stick with the Ran in terms of the girsa. However, I allow myself to go with the art scroll, because the art scroll, they have a lot of Talmid Chachamim, and they usually don't make mistakes. And the art scroll shows, in this case as well, they always go with the Ran. But when the Lashon of the Gemara is different than the Ran has a completely different version of words, and everything is completely different. So they stick to the text, they stick to the words, I'll also stick with them. We might have to, we won't really switch. On Amud Beis, again, we have something similar. Over there, the Ran's pshat is a little easier, but I think we're going to just stick with the text. Okay, so over here, we say the pshat is, and I don't know if I showed this cartoon before, this guy makes Givaldic cartoons. If you remember, there's Zvina Charifa and Zvina Metzia. I thought this is a very nice cartoon. It has nothing to do with pshat, it's just funny. The guy is selling very, very spicy food, and you can see there's a hot pepper on top of his booth. This is what he's selling. And the guy ate it, and he went a little mashuga from eating it. Great, that's Zvina Charifa. Now, in terms of Metzias, this is a little bit more, this is more practical pshat. This is not a funny pshat, just a real pshat. That Tomer's Donuts, Tomer is our executive director here, and he brought in donuts for Rosh Chodesh Kislev, so we call it Tomer's Donuts. Donuts right before Hanukkah is a very hot commodity, and in fact, a very hot Gishmak donut, the seller is doing the buyer a favor. Okay, so we're talking about Zvina Charifa, that the buyer, the loiva, the guy that's the subject of the neder, by him buying, he's getting a favor here. They're giving him a donut. Don't give him a donut. Don't sell him a donut, because the donut is a very hot commodity, and therefore, on the flip side, you have Noam is a Strogan business. Today, after Sukkot, nobody wants to buy a esrog. That's very good for the seller to sell. So we're not talking about that case. We're talking about Zvina Charifa. I put the arrow there. We're talking about that it's a hot commodity. So the one that benefits really is the buyer, not so much the seller. The seller could sell these donuts all day long to whoever he wants, let's say. Or like hot pizza after Pesach. You pick the product, that's what it is. Great. Says the Gemara, huh?
I guess if you need toilet paper, it's the buyer is benefit also for Avi's toilet paper.
Yeah, Avi's, you're not the one. It's another Avi. Okay, it's both. Benefit for everybody.
No, it's more for the buyer.
Yeah? Okay. Bishloime loyal veno. Now the Gemara says, Bishloime loyal veno. So over here the Ran has a completely different girsa, but okay. I'll wait. It's okay if it's that funny and it's.
If you, in the shame of the welfare.
Yeah. B'shem the pilot.
You eat Tomer's donuts, you can eat Avi's toilet.
Givaldi. Or you could eat some esrig jam and you won't need to do that. Okay, fine. It's fine. Bishloime loyal veno. I'm not even repeating that. Whoever heard. Great. Bishloime loyal veno. You have to come live. People say, repeat. No, come live. Miller, you understand now why you came live? Great. To give a guy a loan, he's getting benefit. When the big loaner gives a loan, that's a benefit. You can't give a loan. But why can't the guy with the fancy car take a loan from the mudar? He's not Osher Bana from him. Now the Gemara continues. Okay, you know what? Let's push it, and I might have a good reason for this. And you can't buy from him. You know what? Sometimes when you borrow money from somebody, there's a way that the banker over there has anah. Why? Let's say in our days, you give the mudar guy, you basically launder money. You give him money under the table and he gives you back some money with a receipt. You give him dirty money, he gives you clean money. Whatever the case is, you're benefiting. You gave him $1 million. What is it called? Black money? What is it called? Cash. You gave him $1 million cash, he returned the $1 million in your bank account. No, so you benefit. You didn't gain a single dollar, but you benefit. It's much better money. So I could understand. You want to push it and say it's that case? Great. You want to say that we're talking about a case of, where's that other one? Alape. Maybe I did it later. You want to talk, it's esrogim, you're buying, so actually the seller has a benefit. Okay, givaldi. However, that's I could push it into the commissari, the other guy has a benefit. But why can't he borrow from him? Here, let's talk about this case. Here, you see? Look at the chart for a second. The mother guy has a verschleppte car. He cannot give him the car. Oh, here I did Alape over here. Okay, so here's the car. He can't give him the car. Why not? The mother takes the car and check it out. He gives it right back. So nothing happened there. He lent him the car for a day. Okay, so he lent him the car for a day. He gave him a car, got back a car. What gain did anybody have here? There's no gain, there's no loss.
Give him back the money. What's the difference? If you lend him money and he gives you
No, as I said, it's a different money. Money's different. But when you lend, exactly, beautiful. Nice point. When you lend money, you don't anticipate to get the same money back. You give a $100 bill, you get a different $100 bill. Sometimes the $100 bill you get back is better. When you lend an object, you get the same object back. So the question is, I gave him a hammer, he gave me back a hammer, so nobody benefited anything. It was zero.
wear and tear.
What?
Wear and tear.
We're in there, okay.
That's worse. It's not the same thing.
Fine. Says the Gemara, says the Gemara. What did he gain? So I just put my car here as a shmata car because I had pictures. This is not my car. This is a car that sometimes my chavrusa uses. Okay, fine. So mudar hana. They're both mudars. You see, I put a red box on both of them. The banker told the other guy, "You're mudar hana for me." He says, "Oh yeah, you're mudar hana for me." They both made a nether on each other. Therefore, you can't. It goes both ways. Each way you go, they have hana and it's osur. Huh? Oh, very good. So the Ran answered your question. He's asking, so then what's the big chiddush? So the Ran says, I don't know if you guys recall, if you remember this, please raise your hand. There's a concept called vitur. Anybody remember what vitur is? Okay, we got to do chazara, boys. Vitur is the concept that when I sell you, let's say, a pound of flour, I always give a little extra on the top. It's just a little bit more. I'm a vater. Is that mutter or osur? Rebbe Lezer holds it's osur. And the chiddush over here is that even though there's hardly anything going on, there's a very minimal amount of anah here, like he said, there's a little wear and tear, that's also osur. That's the chiddush. Okay. Says the Gemara, Abaya Omar Gzeira Lishol Mishum Lahashil. Abai says, you're right. It should only be also going one direction. Where's that thing? Okay. It should only go this way. This is the only way that it's also because the big guy said to the little guy, you can't benefit from me. You can't touch my car. The opposite way is only also because of Gzeira. You're right. It's not really also. But people get confused. They'll say, look, the mother gave the mother. So maybe one day the mother could give the mother. You know, everybody's also. No, once there's a nether from Reuven to Shimon, then it becomes usher in both directions just so that there's no confusion. V'chein bikulu, according to the Ran, machlokes Rishonim, according to the Ran, it means in all the cases, whether it's buying, selling, lending an object, lending money, it's always because of the Gzeira. You don't have to come on to, it's a Zvina Charifa, Zvina Alape, all sorts of different. It's all Gzeira. Fine. Says the Mishnah. This Mishnah, by the way, we did a lot of it throughout the Masechta, so you'll be very familiar. The official Mishnah is sponsored that we should all have the zechus to never give up, stay positive, and keep going forward. Love it. Says the Mishnah. Omer loy hashileni paroscha. We have an official MDY para now. You're already laughing. You don't even know what it looks like. No. This is going slow today. Here we go. Oh, the official para. No laughs. He actually does have tchelas. Oh, you're asking that. Do you see it says she? How do you see it says she? Good Shiloh. Okay, listen. It's Rashi's daughter's para. Fine. No, she's not available. I can't lend it to you. Omar, koinim sodi, shani chayrish b'loylam. This guy sounds like a meshugana, but I think we all have a little bit of him in us. You know what? You don't want to give me your para. I'm never going to plow my field with that para forever. So who's suffering here? You. You got such a kas, you got such an anger problem that you just mess yourself up even more. Oh, if you're not going to lend me your para, I'm never going to use your para. So don't use my. So don't borrow your shkoyach. Now you're never going to borrow from me my car again. Okay, so don't. You see from here a very, very interesting thing. People say things, they out of anger, they just hurt themselves. Fine. I don't know if I even should say that. I've never tried this, but I heard that this works. I never tried it. I should really try it. I should get angry and try this thing. They say that if you get angry, all you need to do is count to 10. If you count to 10, then you have control. Then you can get angry, but next time you'll have even more control. Then you can count to 20. Try it out. Remind me. Somebody remind me. The problem of what? You hit 8. You try though? Trying is also good. Even 1. That idea, I think, it hit me afterwards. What a great idea it is. So true, so true. That if you don't do the daf, a guy's at a wedding till 2 a.m, he comes home, he's dead. Instead of going to sleep, do 1 minute. I think it's an amazing idea, we should push it. 1 minute. Why? Because then you don't break your streak. You had a day with a little Torah, 1 minute is better than nothing. But then what really happens is, sometimes you take that 1 minute and it becomes 5 minutes. And you do an amud. You tell yourself 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Calm down for 10 seconds. You have trouble getting out of bed? You just take out 1 foot don't get up. Just 1 foot off the bed. Trust me, it works. And all of a sudden you find yourself up and about. Says the Gemara, Omar koinem sodi sheini chayrish b'loylam. So okay, he got mad, he made a nether. If he's the guy that always plows the field, who also v'chalad mutar. So he was literally talking about himself. He's saying, I'm the plower. I'm not going to plow. So therefore, he can't plow, but another guy could step in, borrow that guy's cow, and plow for him. But he's not the plower kind of guy. Who also v'chal adam asurim. Everybody is also. There was a story, I think I said it once, interesting story, where a guy was put in jail for stealing. So when he's in jail, his father called him up. And in jail they listen to the calls. That's Avi Kamyansky's other business. He's very good at it. He does jail calls. He has 100 people working for him here in Yisroel. He hired 100 people. Anybody who wants to speak, needs a job, speak to him. He listens to jail calls and tries to find information from there, because he's a lawyer, had to save cops from big lawsuits and stuff. So anyway, they're on the phone, and the father says, you're not here. Who's going to plow my field? So the son says, don't plow the field. That's where I hid all the diamonds. Okay? So the father calls him back the next day. He says, I don't know why, but all the cops came here right after we spoke, and they undid the entire field. He says, okay, now you could plow. Now you could plant. In other words, he got the police to plow the field for the father. Okay, fine. Zog the Gemara. A guy doesn't have what to eat. His friend sees he doesn't have what to eat. So, here, we have a chenveni here. Here is the storekeeper. It goes like this. The mother guy, the skinny guy, he's hungry, doesn't have what to eat. The big guy wants to feed the small guy, but he can't. There's a nether going on here. He can't give him food directly. He made a nether. You're not going to benefit from it. So what does he do? He tells the store owner, you give him food. I'll pay you back. Now, we're talking about a case, even in a case where the chenveni and the big guy are best friends. They know each other. He realizes that his word is a word, and he's going to pay him back. He's permitted, the chenveni, the owner of the store is permitted to give the mother guy food, and the mother goes and pays him back. What should I do? He's a nadur. You read it, nadur mimeni anov any yedei ma'aseh. So the owner of the store gives a lot of food to the mudar. And then he comes and he demands money from the mother. Could the mother tell the store owner, I don't want to pay you? Absolutely. He doesn't have to pay him halachically. He said, go give him food. If I don't want to pay, I don't have to pay. I'm allowed to pay the store owner back. The store owner knows 99.9% of the time he pays back and he's going to pay back. And therefore, it should be a little bit of a problem, but it's not a problem. Why? Because halachically he can't demand money. So the lashon over here, ubav noitel mizeh, means he's permitted to give him, not that he's mechuyev to give him. Now the Mishnah just says, other cases, same exact thing. He needed to build a house, just not even a house to live in, but just a fence. So they liktar, or to reap the fruit. These are all chiddush. It's not oichel nefesh. The guy doesn't need a house. He can live in his other house. He doesn't need a fence. He certainly doesn't need a fence. He can live very nice and well without a fence. No, I'm allowed to build him a fence. I'm allowed to tell, you can tell workers, I'll tell you exactly what's going on here. It's not just like a mir la'akum over here. That guy, he's not allowed to benefit from me at all. And I have a big problem here. It's dark in my house. Or that guy needs a fence. And they get the hint. They build it. And he'll pay them back later. If he doesn't want to pay them, people say, listen, if you do this and this, I'll give you the money afterwards. See, forget about it. I'm not doing it. I'm not paying. He doesn't have to pay. Halachically, he's a bad guy. He's a mean guy, but he doesn't halachically have to pay. This has zero, this picture right over here. But I found a picture of three yeshiva bachrim. One is a shtickle modern. The guy on the left has a colored shirt. But the other guy is mamish stark yeshivish. They all have tchelis and tzitzis hanging, the whole. So these guys are on the way, and the guy in the middle is very, very hungry. Doesn't have food. So the guy on the left gives the guy all the way on the right food. He gives the guy all the way right a gift. And the guy is mutter to eat. There's a. Okay, I'll tell you Taisus real quickly. If you look at Taisus in the bottom, 3 lines from the bottom, Taisus says, says Taisus is very important. This trick of giving your friend a gift on condition, or knowing that the friend that you gave the gift is going to give the center guy, the hungry guy, the gift, that's only mutter when the guy is starving and he doesn't have food. Lamadnu, says Taisvis, we see from here, Shekol ha'aramas, all the trickery that we have, asurois is also to do, ben berabim, ben biyachid, ben nedarim. It's also whether it's for the tzibur or for the yachid. Shleitiru el v'shas atchak she'ein lo mayoichal. Tricks are only good when it's pikuach nefesh, the guy doesn't have what to eat. Fine. Whereas other things that the Mishnah said are not, that's not trickery. To give the chenveni, the case of a chenveni is not where he doesn't have to eat. You could do that trick even if the guy's a millionaire, right? If the guy's a millionaire and I want him to have cake, I tell the store owner, give that guy a cake, and they come to me for money and I'll give him money. That's mutter, that's not trickery. That's l'chatchila. This is trickery. To give a gift, instead of giving it directly to the guy in the center, you give it to the other friend, and the other friend gives it to the guy in the center. That's trickery. All right, time of the Rabbi Yossi. Oh, sorry. Where am I? Oh. Huh? Who says Chamini not? No. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not, I'm saying you don't need. I'm saying even in Yeshlo Mayoicha. Typically speaking, it's Ein Lo Mayoicha. Why would a guy go to the Makola and pay for a millionaire's food? But I'm saying even in the case, I'm just saying a chiddush here. Right, you'd read it and you think it's only in Ein Lo Mayoicha. I'm telling you it's even in Yeshlo Mayoicha. What? Taisus before says, yeah. Orcha the Milsanaka. You hear? Orcha the Milsanaka. Says the Mishnah. What if there's no third person? It's only the two of them. He puts the food on there's a big cowboy that walked into a bar and he said, give me food right now. If you don't give me food, I'm going to do to you what I did in Dallas. So they gave him a lot of food and they fed him and everything. And he's about to walk out. I said, what did you do in Dallas? He said, nothing. I was just hungry. I stayed hungry. Fine. So you just put it there on the side, on a stone. I'm making this food hefker. So whoever wants could come take it. And then the friend who's starving takes it off the stone, the hefker, he's zeichen the hefker. Rabbi Yossi says, no good, it doesn't work. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yossi, why does hefker not work? It seems like a great thing, a great option. I take my food, I make it hefker, the birds could come and grab it, and he grabbed it instead. Kosovar, says Rabbi Yochanan, hefker kematana. Hefker is like a gift. Ma matana ad the asir mishus nois and mishus mekabel. He says a big chiddush. Hefker is not the pshat that it leaves my possession, my rishus, and then anybody could get it. Hefker means I'm giving permission to anybody to take it out of my rishus. But until somebody takes it, it remains mine 100%. And therefore, I could always regret it. As long as somebody didn't take it, I can regret it, and sometimes you could even regret it after the guy takes it. As we're going to see in the Gemara. So hefker, so I didn't gain anything by putting it on a stone and saying it's hefker. When my friend takes it off the stone, it's as if he took it out of my hand. He took it from me. So it's also. This is a brisa. It's a continuation of the Mishnah. The guy, I don't know what to do. I put it on the stone and let him eat from the stone and said it's hefker. Rabbi Yossi says it's also Rabbi Yossi. A Mosai. Now let me just explain the Mishnah. When does this occur? When is this okay? When the neder was before the hefker. When the neder is before the hefker, so then the hefker doesn't work because he made a neder. You know that he's doing the hefker just to get out of the neder. But if he said it's hefker, and only after that he made a neder, harezin muter is great. So what's the Gemara's question? If the mechanism of hefker is that it never leaves the owner's rishos unless somebody else takes it, so then what's the difference when I made it hefker? If I made it hefker on Sunday and I made a neder against my friend on Monday, this object never left my rishos. It only left the rishos after the neder. So it should also be aser. Why is that mutter? So what if I did hefker first? Hefker is nothing according to what you're saying. Hefker means it's still in my possession. Just let somebody else take it whenever they take it. We just turned to Daf Yomi Amud Beis. Sponsored by Yankel Cohen. You guys know who Yankel Cohen is? He's the chassid that sat over there yesterday, and today he's in the chassidish seat all the way in the back left corner. Yishkoyach of Yankel Cohen, the official MDY MSP. You sitting there, B'dafka?
Master of the rhetoric.
Master of the rhetoric. L'schos being able to support another sponsor. L'schos being able to support Nimrat Torah and to finish shots with the rebellion. Huh? You know with the rhetoric. You like that, huh? Okay. Who moisav law, who mishani law, and he says a beautiful answer. Kol anoider ein daitel mashi hefker. You're right. You're right. The way the mechanism of hefker works, this way, it actually didn't leave the guy's rishos. But you know what? Since the guy made a neder after he made a hefker, so how does a neder work? Neder means that it's in my head. Whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm saying, that's my neder. So typically speaking, when a guy makes a neder, he doesn't include things he was mafker. Okay, the mechanism works like this and like this. He didn't go to yeshiva. He didn't learn Daf Yomi. He doesn't know how it works. He just said hefker. So when he said hefker, and then the next minute he made a neder, he didn't include all the hefker stuff because in his head it's already out of his rishos. You tell me, technically speaking, it didn't come out of his rishos. The next guy gets it. Okay, but he wasn't thinking like that. Mosav Rava. So now Rava asks a very powerful question here. Now, according to the Ran, it's a little simpler. We'll go with this pshat. Why not? You know what? Let me show you real quickly on the board. We learn a little bit of a sugya called matnas shchivmera. The guy's on his deathbed. He has the ability, there's a few halachas here that I put that are somewhat negeh to our sugya. One of them is not so negeh, but When a guy is very, very sick, he's deathly ill, he's gonna die. So Chachamim gave him a special ability to give away his belongings just by speaking. We don't want him to get all worked up and wait for a lawyer to come and call this guy and nobody picks up. That could kill him. We want him to live as long as possible. Every second counts. So we made it easy for him. Whatever you say goes. When does it go? After he dies. It doesn't happen today. It happens after he dies. The famous big halacha in Shemira, in the red, the matana, in the purple, the last halacha, if it becomes healthy, then everything he said and he gave becomes batal and mavutal. Healthy. Another very, very important halacha is number 2 over there, the blue one. In order for this to work, he has to give 100% of all his belongings away. He can't just do, I want to give so-and-so the car. That doesn't work. It's the car and everything else. Now, check out this picture right here. I did this one. Sorry, it's still old art. What if the guy's a shchimera? I'm not doing him justice. I didn't want to get too gory. Okay, the guy has a shtickle fever, whatever. He says, I want to give 10% to Binyamin Schwartz. I want to give 90% to Yossi Klein. Total 100%. That l'chayra should be enough. That's 100% of all his belongings. You're right, it happened in 2 different times, but it works. But there's a problem here. What if he gave Binyamin Schwartz 10% as a gift, as a regular gift? And then he said, I want to give all my nechasim to Yossi Klein. And he meant 100% to Yossi Klein. That's another option. He said, listen, I want to give you Binyamin Schwartz 10%. That we know he said. And then he said, a lashon, I want to give all my nechasim to Yossi Klein. Either he meant everything that remains, which is 90%, and that's good, that's a good matash chimera, together we have 100%. Or no, maybe what he tried to do here is take back what he said, and he's trying to undo his 10% that he gave to Binyamin Schwartz. Right? So, from the fact that the Brisa says that the first one, we're going to see in a second, so let's read it inside. Miktsas and Larisha and V'kulon Lasheni. You see kulon, it doesn't say 90%. Kulon Lasheni. What does that mean? He gave a little bit to Binyamin Schwartz, 10%. V'kulon Lasheni. Kulon Lasheni can mean the 90% that's left over, or it can mean all 100%. The Gemara understands it means all 100%. Why? Because the Brisa continues to say, Rishon kana, Sheni loy kana. How is it possible, Rabbi Yisai, that Binyamin Schwartz gets 10%, but Yossi Klein gets 0? It's only possible in a situation where Binyamin Schwartz got a 10% gift, not a matnas chimera, nothing to do. He got a regular gift from a healthy person. We'll consider it a healthy person gift. That he can't take back. And he gets 10%. The only way that we'll consider that, and we're so sure that that's what happened, is because we're so sure that when he said everything should go to Yossi Klein, he meant everything. Even the 10% of Binyamin Schwartz. And that Rava says, well, wait a minute. You're so sure that he meant everything, including the 10%. That means the person goes back and includes all his belongings in his speech. In his Shchimera, he meant 100%, including Binyamin Schwartz. And in our case, in our Gemara, he meant 100%, including the little 10% or whatever that he made hefker yesterday. It's a big jump, I understand, but that's the pshat in the Gemara here. It's again, we're trying to prove, a guy said, this basket of fruit, you see Yosef, this basket of fruit is hefker. And then that was yesterday. And then he made a neder and he said, you can't benefit from it. So we want to know, when he talks the following day, and he says that you can't benefit, does he include also the basket of fruit? The answer is, l'chara, says Rava, yes. Why? Because when a guy gives 10%, it's like a basket of fruit. And then he says the next day, I want to give all my belongings to Yossi Klein. It included the basket of fruit. It includes everything, even the stuff that he already gave away to somebody else. So this should also, in our sugi, should also include the stuff that he made hefker. Elo Marava. Hainu time of the Rabbi Yosi Gzeir Mishum Matnas Beis Chayron. Let's stop over here. Let me just explain what that is real quickly. We spoke about it. We'll say it again. A guy, very interesting story. Ma'aser Shaya. A guy out of anger told his father, "You have nothing to do with me. I'll never talk to you." And then his son was getting married. The guy's Inikel was getting married. He had a tremendous charata. What, my father's not going to be at the wedding? So he came up with the Einfall. He said to his friend, "You see, all the catering here, all the meat, everything, the whole place, I'm giving it to you as a gift. Because I want my father to be able to come to the wedding. Now, if it's yours, my father can come to the wedding." Says the friend, the big chacham, he says, "What, you're going to try to be a big tzaddik on my account? It's mine? Yeah, it's yours. Okay, if it's mine, I'm giving it to the Beis HaMikdash." He gave the entire thing to the Beis HaMikdash. So now nobody can come to the chasana. So the guy starts screaming, "But I never meant it. I only meant to give it to you so that my father can come to the wedding." So you know they paskin that the father cannot come to the wedding, but that he never gave it as a gift. It's never a gift. Oh, so Mela, that's what's going over here. We don't want people to make shtick like that, and therefore we said, Rabbi Yossi says that it's not a good idea to make a hefker. You can't put hefker on the side. And tomorrow we'll continue the sugya of hefker. Have a wonderful day.